Welcome to R&R, Relationships in Real Estate. I'm your host, Chris Silva, and this is my beautiful wife, Cori Silva.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here on R&R. Chris and I are the owners of Silva Realty, Silva Lending, and Silva Property Management, and we've been in the real estate and mortgage industry since the early 2000s. We're super excited to have you all here with us today. Thank you for always showing your support and joining us on our little show here. And welcome to the first week of May. We are just 1 week away from summer. 1 month away from summer. My goodness. But before that, we have a lot of exciting things coming up in May. I'm just getting ahead of myself today. I'm just so excited that it's May already. I'm expecting some springtime and sunshine. And why is it all rainy again outside?
I'm loving this weather. I am loving this weather. Am I the only one?
I know you are loving it. It got a little hot. So all the people who are feeling like, oh my gosh, is it summer? We got another little break. Chris is happy. He's got the nice cool weather that he is enjoying. He's like a polar bear.
Who doesn't love hoodie weather? I love hoodies.
I think it's just been so long this year. The season has stretched out way too long for us Southern Californians.
I actually wore a tie the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was cool enough to wear a tie.
Yes.
Had a 3-piece suit on.
Yeah.
You can't do that in the summer.
No.
Summer, you're rolling your sleeves up.
Actually, you do that in the summer. Looking all cute, looking all fly.
I got to tell you, your outfit.
Oh, thank you.
I love it. It is. You're still in this 90s zone.
I can't get out of the 90s. I'm just feeling it right now.
You got your Air Force Ones on. They can't see that on camera, but you're rocking it.
Oh, my goodness.
Little purple stripe on there.
We had so much fun. We're going to get into that and our fun 90s party that we had this past weekend. But yeah, I'm still like feeling the good vibes. Like it was such a good time. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. And it looks like we have Tanya here with us. Hi, Tanya. She said, hey guys, happy Wednesday. And she also said,
she loves the weather as well.
I love the weather as well, Chris.
And your sweater.
And my sweater. Thank you so much. So on Friday, we have Cinco de Mayo coming up. And next Sunday is Mother's Day. And we have a fun Disneyland trip planned, which, of course, you know, Mom plans her own Mother's Day trip every year now. And I think it's become a tradition because I just want to be at the happiest place on earth.
Did we go last year for
Did we go Mother's Day last year?
I have no idea.
We did the year before, and I loved it. And I said, well, this is what I want to do. So I already booked the reservation. So you're welcome. You don't have to plan anything for that day because I already got it planned.
Oh, wow. You're welcome. I'm coming. I'm going to Disneyland with you. Isn't that good?
Yes. No, I'm just saying I took care of the plans, so you're good.
Okay, great.
Oh, why you look all sad? Why you look mad, bro?
I'm fine. I wish, let's get the camera on me. Do I look mad or sad? Somebody put feelings on me. I'm good.
How many times do you say, why does everyone always ask me why am I mad or sad? This is my face. This is just how I look.
I know, but I don't expect that from you. You should know by now. We've been together, 26 years-ish.
I know you so well. That's why.
Mm-hmm. You're just trying to push my buttons. I can see what you're doing.
That's all right. I got to flip the script every now and then. Do you like it when it happens to you?
I'm good.
All right, good. So what are you looking forward to in the new month?
Oh my gosh. I am looking so forward to Disneyland on Mother's Day. I can't wait.
You are so sarcastic.
What are you talking about? I'm so excited.
Okay, what are you excited about?
I just can't hide it.
What can't you hide? What are you just over the moon about?
I just can't wait to see you floating through Disneyland on Mother's Day with a big old smile on your face, your little mini ears on.
Oh.
You're going to enjoy yourself so much.
I'm going to have so much fun. I can't wait.
I'm just going to be stuffing you too with churros.
Oh my gosh. I want the Dole Whips. Mm-hmm.
That's really it, right? That's like your go-to.
I love the Dole Whips. Churros, all right.
I wonder if it's going to be churro or Dole Whip weather. I mean, it's like when it's hot, you need that Dole Whip. When it's cold, you need that churro.
No, it doesn't matter. You get the Dole Whip every single time because you're walking around. And when you have kids, you're like booking it. You're working up a sweat. Just get that Dole Whip, even on a cold day. So good and refreshing.
Okay, I guess we're getting Dole Whip then.
So if you're catching the live show today, we are still on Facebook Live. We're still working on transferring everything over to the new platform. And if you're tuning in on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or Amazon Music, we appreciate you taking the time to listen to our show. Next week, we will be going live on our new YouTube channel. So be sure to subscribe to us there if you want to catch the live show on Wednesday, next Wednesday at noon. So thank you all so much for being here with us. It looks like Monica has joined us. She said, "Happy Wednesday, friends. Happy Wednesday, Monica. Thanks for joining us." And she said, "I heard grad night is on Mother's Day, so be prepared." What?
Oh my gosh.
No.
Where did you go for grad night? Did you go to Disneyland too?
Did I go to grad? No. Do they have it at Disneyland for grad night?
I didn't go to your school, girl, very long.
You know what? No, actually, in high school, our grad night, they did something where they rented out a boat in the Ventura Harbor, and we like cruised around the harbor, and we got to sit in the boat, and they played music and had a DJ, and that was a lot of fun. But I did go to Disneyland. There was like a grad night for junior high school. We went to Disneyland.
Wow.
That was fun.
So my grad night was at Disneyland.
Yes.
And there was a lot of kids dropping acid that night.
Oh, Lord.
I saw people coming out of Indiana Jones crying, talking about snakes were crawling on them. I was like, what is going on in this place?
Oh, my gosh.
It was a strange trip, but I mean, I don't know. I'm not a big Disneyland. Like, the only time I go to Disneyland is with you. So grad night was cool. I mean, it was cool to go to Disneyland at that time, but
yes.
It wasn't like super memorable or anything.
Right. So it says that grad night, so our producer got some information, said grad night this year is at California Adventure, not Disneyland, and it's after the regular hours. They close that part of the park. So they will be closing California Adventure early that day, just in case you wanted to know, Monica. So maybe you can go on Mother's Day too, and we could hook up out there. That'll be fun.
There you go.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna go to California Adventure, we gotta do that
earlier in the day. Yep.
Earlier in the day and get on out of there.
Yes. So who else remembers their grad night? Drop a comment in the section below and let us know what you did for your grad night. Because, I mean, I'm still living in the 90s over here, enjoying it. And just wanted to keep taking that ride and hearing about how everybody had fun on their grad night. So getting back to this fun podcast, how do you like seeing the show on Spotify and Apple Podcasts now?
It's pretty cool. So I've had a couple of my friends send me text messages of our face on like their Tesla screen, right? That they're listening to the podcast.
Cool.
So that's pretty cool. And then the kids are like, "What are you guys doing on the radio?" Like they didn't get it, right?
Yeah, so, they didn't know.
They're not into podcasts yet. So I was listening to it, just listening back, seeing how we can be better.
Right, of course.
So I think it's pretty neat.
I know. I love it. I love all the new graphics and stuff. Yeah, because after our event on the weekend, Christine got in the car with us and she was like, "Oh my goodness." So Christine is one of our best friends, and it happened to be on the podcast because Chris was listening to it, and she was pretty excited to see too. I was like, "How'd you get our face up there?" So, well, Evelyn, our sister, is here with us too. She said, "Hi guys."
All the way from Texas.
Hi Lulu. We love you. I miss you so much. I can't wait to see her soon. Does she have any trips planned? Let us know in the comments. I know we're going to see you pretty soon in Hawaii.
Yeah,
that's going to be fun.
It's great. So this past week was jam-packed. When is it not jam-packed, right?
Right. It's always busy.
But before we go over the week, we have to talk about our spring client appreciation event. And I got to let you take the lead here because, look, I just showed up, you guys. Like this woman right here is amazing. She did all the planning with the party planner. So can you just talk about it a little bit, some of the prep work that you did, and then how did it churn out? Did it churn? Right. Did your vision come to life?
Yes, it absolutely did. I can't take credit for all of it. I do have to give a shout out to Alicia and company. So Madi and Claudia, they are amazing at their company. They're our party planners. So I have to give them so much credit. We hired them, in the past I used to put everything on my own, but it became a little challenging because I didn't get to mingle with the clients, right? So we have them there. They help with the setup and they help bring all the ideas to life of what we wanted. So we had some cool surprises there for our clients. Every year we have really yummy food from Brewery Draconum. Shout out to Brewery Draconum. Caroline and Ben over there are amazing. If you haven't been, they're in downtown Newhall on Main Street. We hosted the event there and we had really yummy food. They have their own brewery there. Obviously, it's Brewery Draconum. Really great drinks. Everyone had an amazing time. And we also had DJ Choice One. He's our really great friend. He comes to all of our events. So we had the 90s jams flowing. Like people were feeling it. They were having a great time dancing. And one of the little surprises that we had were these cool, airbrush hats. Yes. Okay. So how many of you all used to go to Magic Mountain or whatever theme park? For me, it was Magic Mountain. They would have airbrush shirts, right, in these booths. And I always wanted one. And my parents always told me no.
Oh my gosh, you got all kinds of stuff going on over there, girl. You keep talking. I'm going to go help you out.
You talk. I'm going to take care of it.
Okay, so Cori's got a mess over there. So she's talking about these airbrush hats. Let me show you. So we got a couple Silva Realty hats done. Our guests got to leave with a hat personalized for them.
Yes.
And it was cool because I was walking by and I saw some, like people were having their nicknames on there.
It was so good. Yes. So I felt like we need to bring that back from the 90s. Like I never got my airbrush shirt like I wanted. So let's bring it back. Let's give people what they like, what was nostalgic for them.
Now I'm wondering, can you wash an airbrush shirt and will it stay, the same quality, or is it just a one-time use?
No, I think they spray some type of, I think the spray paint is actually permanent, so you should be fine. But these are hats, so I'm like, I'm not even going to worry about that. You're going to get your personalized hat. And people were loving it. It was one per couple. And luckily we had some extra ones and people were able to take some home for their kids. Right. And what I loved about it is people had like their nicknames on there. And I got a lot of pictures from kids who were rocking their hats to school. I thought it was the cutest thing ever. So that was one of the surprises. We also had a photo booth there. And for those of you for back in the day, do you remember at the mall when you would go and take pictures with your friends and you would stand back to back? Or they had like that mirror and you would put your head like this. And it was like kind of like a foggy, like dreamy look going on.
I still remember that picture where you're sitting on the chair backwards and you got that little sexy pose. I was like, wow. Do you remember that?
Oh, whoa.
You got it. You gave it to me.
Oh my goodness.
You gave me that picture.
Oh, I need to bust that picture out.
That's back when there was no social media.
Yes.
So when you wanted to brag about your girlfriend, you bring the picture out of your wallet and be like, look, this is my girlfriend.
So
I used to brag on you all the time, girl.
Oh my goodness. Well, yes. So y'all remember those pictures that you would do at the mall. You thought you were all cute and do your little poses and whatnot. So we had that for the photo booth with the big purple hearts in the background. So it was fun. I feel like we brought it back. There was amazing decorations and, it was just such a good time.
And the fanny packs.
You brought the
fanny packs. We had the Silva Realty fanny packs.
We had fanny packs there that were, with Silva Realty on it, and everybody got a fanny pack. We have a few extra if anybody wants some.
But you got to rock it. And
yes.
You got to tag us on some posts so we could see that you're rocking it.
Yes.
I'm definitely going to start wearing mine to Disneyland and to the gym.
Yes.
So I'm excited to have a fanny pack myself.
For sure. And then we also had cute little keychains with Air Force Ones on them. So people could put that on their fanny pack or give to their kids, hang on their backpack or whatever. And then we had an amazing raffle, right? We had like cool stuff for your house, but the grand prize
Let's get right to the grand prize.
Was amazing. And I love how Chris built it up. Like, don't just give away this amazing final grand prize without hyping it up. So did you want to talk about it?
Well, you have to, right? First of all, a grand prize all by itself is a couple gets to hang out with us for a night.
Right.
Hey, I'm just going to say it. We're a good time.
We are fun.
So we're gonna hang out with this couple that won, but at a comedy show. And who are we going to go see?
We're going to go see Ali Wong for all of y'all who know about Ali. If you don't know about Ali Wong, you need to find out because she is hilarious.
Just look her up. She's on, she has a couple of Netflix specials.
Yes.
She has like a top 10 Netflix show right now called Beef.
Yes.
And I fell asleep last night because I was tired.
Right.
Watching that. But I mean, it's pretty good. She's a nut in that show.
She's so funny. She's good.
She is a nut. Just to tell you what Beef starts, how it starts. It's basically road rage.
Yes.
And then it just shows how people are insane. And sure, it's a little far fetched, but you see people do crazy stuff with these road rage videos.
Yes.
So I mean,
here's the thing: everyone's going through something,
yes.
right? Some people's issues are just a little more extreme, and all it takes is 1 second for them to snap. So just be careful when you're out there driving. You don't want no beef.
How's the song go?
Which one?
Don't push me because I'm close to the edge.
For sure.
I think there are a lot of people living on the edge.
Right.
So sometimes, you got to diffuse situations.
Yes.
You see somebody right here upset, just take it down a notch. Just take it down a notch. Don't try to match their level.
Well, let me reel you back in. Get back to this party that we had so much fun on.
Okay.
I know we got off on a little tangent about Ali Wong, but we had so much fun. It was so much fun.
I had a lot of people saying they loved the themed party.
Yes. We had people show up like it was almost like Halloween for them. Like we had a Britney Spears there. We had a Jessie Spano there.
That's right. We had a Jessie Spano.
So good. And people,
who remembers Jessie Spano from Saved by the Bell?
Saved by the Bell, right? And then we had everyone like dressed like with their flannels or like the bright colors.
We had some overalls.
Overalls.
It wasn't just us. Other people were in overalls.
People were rocking it. I loved it. And what I loved about the theme party is it's almost like people take on a different persona, right? They kind of let loose a little and just have a good time. And I had quite a few people who said, please do a theme party every single time.
Really?
So I'm curious, what do you all think about theme parties? Do you like them? Do you not like them?
Should our next event be a theme party
again? I feel like we can't turn back now. I feel like you have to do a theme party. Like, how am I going to top that party?
But there's only so many themes. Like, what's the next theme?
There's so many themes.
Give me one. Don't say 80s.
No, not 80s. Like Havana Nights.
Oh,
like everyone comes dressed up like Havana Nights. But then
you got to know how to dance.
Well, it is dress up, not dance up. Okay.
Well, if we do that, I know you don't like smoke, but you have a Havana Nights. You have to have a cigar guy.
That's what I'm
cigars.
saying. I mean,
and we're in California, so they might be putting something different.
Listen, we cannot endorse that. Let's just reel it back in. I should not have suggested that theme, but there are plenty of other themes out there that we could go with.
Okay, so we'll visit it. First off, we'll make a post to see like a poll. Should we do theme parties?
Yes.
And then once we get there, then we'll come up with some themes and see what people like.
Well, why don't people just put some comments right now? Like, let us know, hit us up, because I want some good ideas. I'm not saying it has to be Havana Nights, but there's so many things like Roaring 20s. There could be so many fun themes.
Okay.
Yeah, see, you got to just think outside of the box. It'll be a lot of fun.
It doesn't have to be all timed like
an
era either.
No.
But
I don't want Hawaiian.
You don't want to have like a furries night? I'm just kidding.
You are crazy. What would that entail?
I don't even know what that means.
But it's provocative.
Anyhow, I was just joking.
You're a nut.
Last week and last night, for that matter,
right,
was just a huge week for sports.
Right.
It's like a great time of year. So right now we had the NFL draft.
Yes.
There was 54 million people that watched the draft.
Oh my goodness.
It's over a 3-day span.
2
days this year. It used to be 3, but they did it in 2 days. And for somebody like me that's a Raider fan, that my team's terrible every year, it's like our Super Bowl. So like this is we're going to be better this year because they drafted this player. So that was a big deal for me. I was trying to soak up all the content I can at being a lifelong Raider fan. And the Lakers are in the playoffs. It's a big deal. They weren't in the playoffs last year.
Right.
Okay. The Lakers haven't been great since the early 2000s, right? When they had Shaq and Kobe.
I'm excited for the Lakers.
And we're actually watching games again, right? Like
yes.
I've watched more games this season since LeBron's been on the Lakers than any other season. And so Dylan Brooks, let's go back to the Memphis series, because Dylan Brooks was talking all kinds of trash. He's an enforcer on Memphis. And he was saying he doesn't respect anybody that doesn't drop 40 on him, right?
Right.
Well, guess what? The Lakers played him in game 6. They closed him out and beat the team by 40 points. That's a closeout. They destroyed that team. They gave him what
he asked for.
That guy was so embarrassed. He wasn't even at the press conference. He just went home.
He said bye.
And now he's a free agent, and everybody's saying that that Memphis doesn't even want him back because he talks to trash, but he can't back it up. So
sometimes people just need to stay quiet.
Sometimes they do. So that series is over.
Right.
Moving on, the defending champions, the Golden State Warriors, they beat Sacramento in a 7-game series. and they opened up a new series with the Lakers last night, right?
What an exciting game.
Oh my gosh. So, Golden State, they looked like they were going to beat the Lakers. They hit so many three-pointers. I mean, from everywhere. They were just on fire. I think we shot like really terrible, like 24% from the three-point line, but we ended up winning by like 6 points at the end in Golden State. So, because I'm tired of seeing all these little Golden State fans walking around everywhere. They've won a championship 4 times in the last 10 years. So you're going to get new fans, right? But I see almost as many Golden State kid fans as I do Laker fans.
Well, it's what they're being brought up on.
Right?
That's who's winning.
That's
who they're cheering for.
Exactly. So anyhow, it's nice that the Lakers won. I think they're going to win the series. Most of the sports broadcasters are picking Golden State in 7 games.
Really?
I mean, the majority. So we'll see what happens. But,
I'm just curious to
biased.
see all the Laker bandwagon fans that come out of the woodworks,
I don't know. I don't know if we're going to have a lot of bandwagon fans because LA's has always been a Lakers town.
Right.
It's a Lakers town. It's a Dodgers town. Being a Clipper fan, an Angels fan, it's just because those people want to be different. They can't really like those teams.
Oh my goodness. You're so terrible. He just likes to trash talk. That's all. So catching up with the Silvas, this past week, Santino had his 2nd grade field trip to the Natural History Museum, and I got selected. I was super excited to be one of the chaperones there, and it is so stressful. I was really excited to go with him on this trip, but wow, I felt like I needed a nap and 2 big things of coffee after that trip because we had 27 kids in his class that went, and there were so many classes and different schools there. It was chaos in that museum. You had to just keep counting these kids' heads so no one would get lost. And it's a big deal. Luckily, there were some other parents that happened to show up to see their kids there that kind of walked around with us. But we were on it, counting these kids' heads nonstop. And yeah, I was a little overwhelmed at first, but we got through it. It was fun. And I wasn't one of those helicopter moms on the bus on the way over there. Sometimes when the chaperones go, they want to sit right next to their kid.
Sure.
No, I sat far away, let him do his thing with his friends. They had fun.
So how was it to see Santino in his element, right? Because I wish I could just be a fly on the wall in his classroom, on the playground, just to see him around his friends without him knowing I'm there.
Right.
I would love to do that.
He has so much fun. They were being very respectful and paying attention and standing in line, but he got to team up with a buddy, right? Each one of them, they had a buddy system. So it happened to be one of his best friends, Mason. So they were together. They had a good time. And I wasn't one of those parents who was in his face the whole time, let me take a picture of you here, pose there. I think I may have got 1 or 2.
Yeah, you didn't get enough pictures, girl.
I took so many videos of him in his element so you could feel like you were there. Did you want me to be one of those crazy moms who was
yeah, I want to see all those. I want to feel like I was there.
I took so many videos. You didn't feel like you were there?
I'm just kidding. I'm giving you a hard time.
Dude, I'm I don't want to be that one.
So did they have those big dinosaur puppets there?
There was no dinosaur puppets, but they had all the...
like the animatronics, sometimes they have the ones that move. No, they didn't have any of that stuff?
They did not have that, no.
Well, what do I know? I've been to the museum 1 time.
Yeah.
We took him when he was 3 years old, right?
Yes. No, they have all of the fossils out and
Were
they
they
have
in
them
awe?
put to, oh yes, these kids, they loved it. And Santino didn't even remember going the first time. So it was he experienced it the first time with his friends. So it was cool. They had this one hands-on area that was kind of blocked off so the kids could just roam free. And they had rats in there, some insects.
Live rats?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And they had snakes in there and it was really neat. And a bullfrog. They were super excited about the bullfrog. But, it's fun going on those trips, but these kids really only had an hour or 2 to get to experience the museum. So we definitely have to go back.
So going on that long bus ride, because, nowadays I don't think kids ride the bus as much, right?
Right.
Did anybody get car sick or motion sickness?
I did not realize how many kids get car sick. And that bus, it was a long ride down there. It was almost like an hour and a half, 2-hour drive because we're stuck in traffic going down to LA. And some of these kids were getting car sick. I felt so bad for them. So as the chaperone, we had to keep getting up and making sure they were okay. And luckily, one of the other chaperones, Mr. Cochran, he was there and he came prepared because I guess he gets car sick too. He had this little band on that helps with car sickness or any type of motion sickness. And I guess it pulsates on your wrist and it helps calm you down. So he was giving it to the kids like 15 minutes at a time to make sure they were okay. But yeah, there was kids.
I've never heard of that
They're like, I
before.
think I'm gonna throw up. I'm like, oh my gosh. Even the teacher said, in all my years that I've gone, I've never had anyone get car sick on the bus. But there was like 4 kids who were legit.
Were you guys
car sick.
prepared with like the paper bags?
No, but actually one of the moms, the chaperones on the other bus, got car sick.
The moms? Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Nicole, the crossing guard. When I
She
saw her,
did?
she said, I feel terrible. I just barfed in the bus.
That's disgusting.
She looked really bad. Her whole face was white. I felt so bad for her.
That's disgusting. Do you remember, and this is just a really quick tangent, when we went on a helicopter ride in Hawaii?
Oh,
And
how could I forget?
first of all, that thing's super expensive to go on there.
Yes.
And we were kids, so it was like a lot of money for us.
Yes.
And the person that, they just fill up a helicopter. So there's like 6 seats, I think.
Mhm.
And then one of the people that went got a helicopter sick, motion sickness, and threw up while we were in the helicopter.
Oh.
It ruined our ride. All you could smell was the throw up the
It
whole
was
time.
so disgusting. Look at these beautiful waterfalls. Bleh. I'm like,
And you just hear
get me out of this out of this helicopter right now.
and
I don't even want to be on it
that lady
anymore.
was heaving and it
was so
awful.
bad. You could hear it, and it's so loud on the helicopter. Like you could still hear her heaving. It was awful.
I was hoping I didn't get any splatter on me.
Listen, so the moral of the story is if you're ever going to go on a helicopter ride, make sure it's with people that you know that are not going to have motion sickness.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
Don't leave it to chance that you're going to end up on it with someone you don't know who's going to be vomiting the whole time.
Because I think some people have never been on a ride, so when they go, they don't even know they're going to get sickness until they're on there.
That's true.
They don't know they're scared of heights. They don't know, you know what I mean? They've never been in a helicopter ride. So
yes. Oh
anyhow,
my goodness.
maybe one day we'll just get a helicopter for ourselves.
Oh, okay.
And we'll go. It'd be a good time.
That would be fun. So I have a question for you all. Does your gardener actually do the work they say they're going to do? Do you have a gardener?
Oh my gosh. So what Cori's talking about, what she's trying to get to is, we are doing property management.
Right.
And, we took over these properties in December.
Mhm.
We wanted to take them over in January because December was a little crazy. And, we're paying this gardener every single month, right, for these properties.
And it's a gardener that they've chosen, that they've had for a long time.
Right.
And so everything was supposed to just be seamless and move over. And so we've been paying him. And Chris went to just go check on some stuff and take care of something else totally unrelated. And he found a big surprise.
So I made a post about a week ago, and it's the song "Welcome to the Jungle" because that's
You
what it
are
looks
just
like.
a singing fool today. I love it.
Oh, because we're on that American Idol tip, but that's another story. So anyhow, it was like a jungle in the back. So these properties are humongous, right? There's a lot of open space in the back, and they're just not doing anything. I'm like, what are we paying this person to do? Nothing was done on the whole property. The front wasn't done. The back wasn't
Wow.
done. And this guy has the nerve to send us a $200 invoice. I'm like,
He's just collecting a check.
These
He's just used to the owner just sending him money.
yes.
That is so horrible that people just like to take advantage of situations.
It's really rough. And I actually had the question today while I was at jiu-jitsu of they're going to be renting their parents' house out, and they wanted, friend to friend advice. Should they hire a property management company? And the answer is like astoundingly yes. You don't want to deal with those headaches. It's huge headaches. I'm dealing with these huge headaches. You're dealing with these huge headaches. People are just, it's not that simple. There's not a lot of common sense in the world.
Right.
There's a lot of people just trying to get one over on you.
Right.
And that's what we've been dealing with some of these, the gardener or some of these tenants too.
Some of these tenants, like just living for free. Oh my goodness. Well, Olga's here with us today. Hi,
Olga.
Olga. I missed you this past weekend. I really wanted to go to the birthday party, but we didn't end up making it. I was too tired from the event. But I'm so glad you're here with us today, and it looks like you had a wonderful party for your granddaughter. It says that our gardener goes above and beyond. Well, Olga, we need to get your gardener's contact information because we need to change things over there.
Right. So I ended up, I didn't tell you this, but actually do have a new gardener
Oh,
already.
okay, perfect.
So I already got a new gardener. I'm working on cleaning up the mess that the previous gardener set up. So
Wow.
we're making our way about getting through these properties and finding the right people for the job.
Yes. So, speaking of, taking time out for yourself. So this past weekend, we had our event, and a lot of the time we have things just stacked, and we just go. But sometimes you just have to honor your body, listen to your body and say, okay, I am really tired. I need to take a little bit of a break. And as much as we don't like to miss things, I just had to because there was so much more work to be done in the house to be back on time and taking a time out.
We wouldn't have been any fun because we were exhausted.
Right.
I think I had to work that day too.
Yes.
So sometimes you just have to,
Right.
you can't put yourself in a situation, even be behind the wheel of a car.
When you're that tired.
Right. So I
Right.
was like, you need to stay home, girl. And then taking some time out. Like today, I did not go to the elite meeting, which I
Right.
do every single Wednesday before the show because I needed some time to myself. So I ended up going to jiu-jitsu today.
Right.
Who else, that's what they do for themselves. They get beat up by 4 different people. But anyhow, I had a good time.
Did you beat anyone else up?
Not today.
Oh.
Not today.
You got beat down.
I got beat down.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn how to fight on the ground, which is really difficult for me anyway. So as I'm putting myself in those positions, I'm getting my butt kicked. But that's the only way I'm going to get better.
Right. You have to just keep going and learning.
I'm in this get my butt kicked mode right now.
Absolutely. Well, it looks like we have Violet here with us today. Hey, Violet. We missed you on the weekend. Where were you? You were supposed to be at that party having fun with us. I know Violet loves the 90s, so she totally would have been in her element. But I'm thinking it's probably because her kids have a lot of events and activities going on.
They were probably doing some softball stuff.
I think that's why. But we definitely missed you. So hopefully you'll make it to the next one.
She missed all those Mariah songs.
I know, girl. She's the biggest Mariah fan. Johnny has work and she did sad faces. Well, you could have still came. I'm just saying. I'm just kidding. I think we're probably going to be seeing you soon. So excited about that. And she said games on games. So yes, her daughter plays softball. Daughters. They both are playing. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they're super busy. So yeah, we know how that is. She's busy. It's okay. You got the pass.
So it's so funny because our spring event also falls in the same weekend. There's always, we miss a couple people that aren't able to come because it's always like the Teacher of the Year award that same night.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
It is. So that's why
I have to double check when I book next year.
That's why Sal can never make it, the principal from Golden Valley. And then you also, this is the second year in a row that it falls on Teacher Appreciation Week, the week before. And you're the room mom for both kids.
Yes.
So you're responsible to do these doors, right?
Yes,
decorating these doors.
Super busy. I don't know why I did that. And also it was a lot of the kids' proms this past weekend. So some of the parents who came to the event were getting ready for the next day. It was their kids' senior prom. So yeah, it was a busy weekend.
Man. So we'll see. I mean, there was a lot going on.
Yeah. So getting back to these properties that we're managing, I just want to know, when did flooring become so expensive?
Everything's expensive. Everything is expensive. I'm getting prices on flooring, on paint, because we have to turn these units.
Right.
Right. And it's just so expensive. Like for a small little 400 square foot unit, it's like $6,000 to turn it.
Wow.
And that's, it's a pretty penny, especially when, you have months of people not paying rent.
Not paying rent, trying to.
So we're doing our best to help out our landlord to make the best decisions with their money.
For sure. So Chris has always tried to give back, but lately he's been stepping up his philanthropy. Do you want to tell us about what you've been up to?
Just quickly, right? So for people that don't know, I recently joined the board of Bridge to Home, which is a upcoming homeless shelter here in Santa Clarita. They currently have a temporary homeless shelter, but we're working on building like this magnificent building that's going to house 40 men, 20 women, and 8 families.
Awesome.
And that is specific because I know you asked a question before. That is because of the statistics of people that are on the streets.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering why.
Why more men than women?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for finding out for me.
That's what that's about. But what's different is 8 apartments for families, because a lot of the families get split up because you can't have men and women in the same area for protection of the women.
For sure.
And the kids, right? So that's huge. So anyhow, there was a home and garden event put on by KHTS, which is our local radio station, and it was at Central Park. And Bridge to Home had a booth to raise awareness and for some donations, right?
For sure.
So I was there. I can't remember what day.
It was Sunday. Sunday you went.
Same weekend of all the stuff we have going on.
A lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff. Same weekend of our event. So I was there, was able to meet some really good people. Some guy, Tyson, who works there. He's like a therapist there. And then I met Gladys, which I don't know if she's an employee or a volunteer, but she's definitely extremely involved with Bridge to Home.
Right.
So we're just sitting there, we're talking to people as they're coming by the event, and we're saying, hey, have you heard of, Bridge to Home? Let me just tell you a little bit about it. We're not selling them anything. We're just raising awareness, right?
I would want to know all about this. Had I not known from you, maybe I would learn about it. Home and garden. It's a perfect place to hear about it,
right?
Yes.
Well, the one mistake I made was having my Silva Realty polo shirt on. And the only reason I say that is there was a full-blown Karen a moment that happened at our booth.
Oh, boy.
And the only reason I didn't bring out my phone and record it, because this lady, I'm going to tell you about her, was because I just didn't want to deal with the headache of this lady like looking up Silva Realty and then just hating on us, right?
Because
people are nuts. And because we saw that beef show and people will go to some extremes, right? So
yes,
this lady, we're not like bugging people. We're just saying hello. And if they're
You're
coming,
just being pleasant, enjoying the weather.
Right? We're not trying to sell nothing. So we weren't in nobody's face. We're just hanging out. Well, this lady comes way out of her way to come to our booth. And she's like, oh, I'm like, have you heard of Bridge to Home? I know what you guys are. We don't want you in this town.
Oh.
She's like, we don't want you people here.
Oh, you people.
So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was, yeah. It was intense. So then Tyson, I was like, well, he's been working there. He knows
how to
deal with this, right?
Escalate situations.
And he's like he's a therapist, right? Like, so he knows how to deal with crazies, right? So he's trying to talk to her rationally, right? And she's like, they just need to grab all these people and put them on a bus and get them out of Santa Clarita, right?
Whoa. Okay.
So I think he said something along the lines of, well, the problem is here. We're trying to help keep the people off the streets by having this,
Right.
And she's like, I'm a taxpayer. I shouldn't have to pay for these people for a place for them to live. And they didn't, I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I'm not talking to voices in my head.
Whoa.
So so she thinks that some people choose to be mentally ill.
Wow.
Right. So you would think, listen, it doesn't matter where you are. There's going to be homeless people.
Right.
There's going to be mentally ill people. Right. And doesn't it make more sense to get them off the streets and get them the help that they need than to have them on the streets?
Right.
Now, talking to Tyson and talking to Gladys, most of the people that are coming through Bridge to Home, they're not mentally ill.
They've just fallen on hard times.
These are people that fall on. He's like, we have people that have jobs that are saving their money because it's a temporary place to live.
Right.
It's not a full-time forever. They fall on our hard times. The rents are outrageous out here.
Yes.
And they're saving their money so they can get back into the society, right?
Right.
And that's what Bridge to Home is.
Yeah, it's a bridge to get you back in the home and get you on your feet.
That's it. So
I think people like that, Karen, just need to take a second and get out of their own way and just mute themselves and listen. And I think a lot of people don't do that. They just have already formed this opinion. They're so angry. Usually it's because it's something within themselves and they're projecting it on everybody else.
Absolutely. That's
You know?
exactly what it is. And when you're quick to throw out the you people, I'm sure she probably doesn't like brown people neither.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm sure there's a lot of people she doesn't like,
Mhm.
right? So, it
My
is what
whole
it
thing
is.
is people are people.
That's
People are people, and you're going to treat someone that terrible because of your opinion that you've already formed about them. You don't even know anything about their
don't know
situation.
anything about them. So, and that's what Tyson was trying to get across was like, hey, these are just people,
Mm-hmm.
And they're humans.
Mm-hmm.
They're your fellow humans, right? So, and that's what he was trying to put across. And he's a vet,
Mm-hmm.
and he had like a super high paying job. I was talking to him,
Mm-hmm.
and he just said, I can't deal with this anymore. I'm only here for so long.
He wants to help.
I want to do something that makes me feel like
He's making an impact.
it gives me
and
that
helping
energy to wake
people.
up in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he's doing now, and he's doing great at it. So
Well,
anyhow,
thankful for people like that.
super thankful for people like that.
Yes. So switching things up to real estate. So Chris has been working with a buyer from out of state with purchasing her home here in SCV, and he's been viewing homes and doing it all via FaceTime and recorded showings for her, correct?
So now recorded showings. This last house, there wasn't a chance to do a FaceTime because it's up in the hills. You don't have the best.
Yes.
You don't have the best reception. But what I was telling the agent, because people don't know like all the stuff that goes into that. Some agents don't feel comfortable.
You filming.
Some sellers don't feel comfortable with me filming, but also some agents don't feel comfortable with taking an offer from somebody that hasn't physically seen the home.
Right.
Right. But it's not feasible for an out-of-state buyer to come view every house.
Right.
It's impossible.
Mhm.
Right.
Especially because they're going so quickly. There's multiple offers on them.
Right.
It's not like she's going to be here on the drop of a dime.
Right. And then I reassured the agent that we've been doing this a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We wouldn't take on a buyer if we didn't think they were serious.
Right.
Right. And we knew we were going to get them in the house. And I was just telling them, like, we've worked with a lot of veterans before that are coming from out of state,
Yes.
that have never seen a house. And the first time they see it is when we give them the keys.
Yes, it's happened
in person.
quite often.
It's happened plenty.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely possible. You just have to have the right team together. And I'm really excited. We've identified a house. We're just trying to get some stuff right with the loan, and I'm hoping to get them in.
Yay, that would be awesome.
We'll see. We're working on it.
Awesome. So bridge loans, I know you know quite a bit about bridge loans, and I'm sure some people would be interested in hearing about it. Did you want to talk a little bit about what a bridge loan is?
I'm just going to touch briefly on it. Okay. So if you want more information on this, we will point you in the right direction. Augusta Financial, Mike Mina, they specialize in bridge loans. Out of any of the other lenders, that's who specializes in bridge loans. But what it is right now the market's so competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to take a contingent offer. What does that mean? It means when you're selling your house to buy another house, that offer's contingent on you selling your house and that deal closing.
Right.
That's a big chance that other seller is taking on you. Because not only are they betting on you, they have to bet on the buyer of your home.
Which could be really scary.
It could be really scary.
If I had to choose between that and someone who's either all cash or just non-contingent, I mean, when you're weighing it, there's
you're
way
take the
less
non-contingent offer
there's
every
way
time.
less risk. So
every time
there's a way around it, though, right? With the bridge loan.
The way around it is the bridge loan. So they're able to secure financing for you to buy the new home before you sell the old home.
Which is awesome.
Right? And
gives you an advantage.
That loan is called the bridge loan. And I want to say the fees for that are like $4,000.
Okay.
That's
not
nothing.
too bad.
That's nothing. Especially in the grand scheme of things of buying a house.
Right. You're not going to miss out on your dream house over $4,000.
And the stress that you're not going to have to endure, it's priceless. So I'm a big proponent of the bridge loan, especially in this market.
Right.
It's not always the best loan, but in this market, it's a great loan to have, especially when you're contingent. You got to go that route.
Yes, for sure. Well, Chris went to the Elite event yesterday. It was called Who You Know Matters.
Ain't that the truth?
Yes, it's so true. So I got to see a little bit about it, and you told me about how great it was because you had a bunch of speakers there, right? And you got to network with other great agents in the community. There was a key nugget, which I thought that was so cool. I had never heard about before, was the reverse 1031 exchange. Do you want to talk about
Yes.
that?
So I've been to so many events
Mm-hmm.
in our career, right?
Right.
Sales events, and you might go to an event for 4 hours and you might pick up one nugget,
Mm-hmm.
but that nugget could be so valuable, right? And I think that that's what this is, the reverse mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
So I had no idea about this.
Not the reverse mortgage.
I mean, I'm sorry.
The reverse 1031
1031
exchange.
exchange. I'm
Yes.
sorry. The reverse 1031 exchange. So for people that want to know what a 1031 exchange is,
Mm-hmm.
it's basically when you have an investment property, you've already, let's say, tapped out all of the tax deductions from that property, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you go to sell it, you're going to pay a lot of money in taxes.
Right, because the value has appreciated so much over
The value's
time.
appreciated. On top of that, you've been taking away tax deductions.
Right. So
Right.
you have to do something with the depreciation as well.
Yeah, all that depreciation goes back into the value and is part of your taxes when you go to
That's
sell
so
it.
crazy.
It's insane.
Yes.
So what people do is they do a 1031
Mhm.
where they have to sell that property and then identify the new property within 180 days.
Mhm.
It could be really stressful.
Right.
And in this kind of market, it's tough to do.
Absolutely, because these properties are going so quick and it's really challenging to get your offer accepted.
It's extremely challenging. So with the reverse 1031 exchange, it's kind of like a bridge loan because you can go buy this new property,
Mm-hmm.
right? You could get the property ahead of time. So now instead of jumping that 180 days, you go buy the property that you were looking for to replace the one that you're going to sell.
Mm-hmm.
You secure that first.
Oh, I love this.
And then you go back. Now it's reversed. You have 180 days to sell your property. Well, we're in a seller's market. You're going to sell the property.
For sure.
So it's just more tools to help our clients.
Mhm.
Super excited about it. There's not too many people doing 1031s here.
Mhm.
Most of them are doing them out of state. But if you want to do them here, we can help you. And if you're doing it out of state, we can hook you up with the right 1031 exchange company
Mhm.
to help you with that move.
I love that because pretty soon, I know I wanted to get rid of that Texas property, but that might be around the corner. Find something else.
Find something else. We can find something else first.
Yes, for sure. So we have a new listing alert coming up. We have 2 new listings coming up, which we're super excited about. One of them is in Canoga Park. It's a townhome. And I'm just wondering, did you take this listing just so you could be close to the new Portos?
It was part of the reason why I took it.
I'm just kidding.
So it's not too far from Portos. It is on the corner of Strathern and Topanga, kind of on the corner. It's on the west side of Topanga. So I initially thought it was West Hills because it's right on the border of like West Hills, Chatsworth, and Canoga Park. But it falls on the Canoga Park side. Anyhow, if anybody knows that area on Topanga, like going up towards Burbank and then Ventura and all that Topanga Village, man, the city has put hundreds of millions of dollars into that whole area.
So nice.
Yeah, so it's so nice. There's so much investment happening there. This is adjacent to that. You're less than 5 minutes away from the Topanga Village. So anybody that's looking for a place, either an investment or a first-time like home buyer, it's the price range for you. So it's a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2,032 square feet.
That's big.
That's a big place, right?
Yes.
For $640,000, I think we're going to sell that so quick.
I know we are. Because, we've just been doing some pre-marketing for it on our social media, and I've already had 2 or 3 people reach out to me who are interested. So if you're interested, we could get you in right away.
It's move-in ready too. So they painted the whole place. It's new flooring. Kitchen is granite countertops, like standard. Somebody might want to paint in there, but it looks great. It
looks great. It looks like they redid the bathrooms.
The master bathroom's completely redone.
And the flooring looks great. There's vaulted ceilings, lots of natural light.
So vaulted ceilings downstairs and in the master bedroom.
Wow.
And it's beautiful in there. So it's going to move quick. We'll be there Saturday and Sunday. I'm not sure the time yet. I think Sunday I'll be there from like 1 to 4.
Okay.
And then Saturday maybe 10 to 1, but what I like to do, a little trick. I'm going to share one of these little tips that I do. So as an agent, I don't just set my open house on my schedule. I would like to,
You have to do it when people are actually going to show up.
When people are going to show up.
What's the point of holding an open house if people won't come?
Exactly. So what I like to do is, even if I don't know the agents, because I'm not going to know everybody in Canoga Park, I like to check the area, see what other listings are there. I call the agents and say, hey, I'm going to be having an open house on Saturday and Sunday. Do you plan on having one? If so, what time? When we collaborate, then we get cross traffic.
Yes.
And it helps everybody out.
Right.
So that's what I'll be doing.
It's all about community and working together.
Just go that little extra step, right? It's not tough.
Just the basic step's good. And then when you take it that extra step, just love it.
Just love it. So our other listing that's coming out, we're actually shooting pictures and video on Thursday. It's a co-listing.
Okay.
I'll talk about that another time, but I'm not taking the lead on it. I'm one of the agents on it.
Right.
So it's an out-of-area agent I've never worked with before from like Long Beach.
Okay.
We're both representing one of the sellers.
Okay.
Right? So it's her people going in there, which is fine. This one's in Silmar. It's tri-level. So the build's like 2017. It's 1,920 square feet, 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom.
Wow.
It's going to go to. And again, we're like $650 price point.
That's great.
It's right by the freeway. It's brand new. You have full bedroom, bathroom downstairs on the same level as the garage. Then you go up some stairs. You have the whole living space, which is like a huge open living room, a kitchen that opens up into the living room. And then on the top 3rd floor, you have 4 more bedrooms and 3 more bathrooms.
Amazing.
It's beautiful. It's going to go really quick. That's $650-ish. And then we'll talk about our other listing in Valencia. We pushed that off.
Okay.
Because of Cinco de Mayo this weekend.
Yes.
And then we have Mother's Day the following weekend. So we're going to come out the week after Mother's Day.
Okay, perfect. Ooh, I can't wait to hear
Which
about
is
that
great
one.
because if not, I was going to have help holding all these open houses. I'd love to be there myself.
Can you give us a sneak peek? It's in Valencia. It's a townhome or a condo?
It's a townhome.
Okay.
So the difference being a townhome actually has attached garage.
Right.
Condos don't.
Right.
Right. So it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. So you park in your garage, you walk in the door, you have to go right up some stairs.
Okay.
The whole living area is on 1 floor. Kitchen, living room, balcony are all as soon as you walk in. Beautiful, wide open space, a lot of light there. It's in the West Creek area.
Okay.
So it's off Cottage Circle. So you could walk to Valencia High. Elementary school is really close, but you could walk to elementary school too, really. There's a lot of paths for biking, running, 2 community pools, the Paseo system there.
Yes.
It's a great, great location. Clients actually love that place. They bought it last year, but job reload.
Okay.
So that's why they're selling so quick. But they love the place. I think that's going to move fast as well. But 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,352 square feet. That's a big 2-bedroom, you guys.
Yes.
Most 2-bedrooms are like 900 square feet.
Yes.
So it's a really big 2-bedroom. Master bedroom has its own bath, and then the other bedroom has a hallway bath. Washer dryer also on the top floor. That's huge, right?
Yes. Every time I look at a house, if the laundry room is downstairs, I'm like, nope, don't want the house.
Don't want the house. Anyhow, so that one's going to be coming out in a couple weeks. $625. Come on, $625 to be in prime
That's
Valencia.
Awesome.
You could You could walk to Bridgeport.
Yes, so nice.
Go see the ducks and have some sushi there. Or go to CPK. I mean, it's Marston's. It's all right there.
Yes, it's so nice. Cool. Well, I can't wait for that one to come out. A couple more weeks, so hang in there. But if you want more information, always reach out to us. We can get that for you. And then looking ahead to next week, we have another jam-packed week. Of course, it's Cinco de Mayo, which I don't celebrate it. I mean, do you?
No, and Mexicans don't celebrate it.
I feel like it's an excuse for people to go to bars and have a good time.
It's an American Mexican holiday to sell liquor and Vegas.
I guess so. And then this weekend, Chris will be busy holding open houses on Saturday and Sunday in Canoga Park. So if you happen to be in the area, look for our signs and come by and say hello. He'll probably be there with treats. You could get some treats while you're out looking around.
Being that it's Cinco de Mayo, I mean, the thing is, I'm probably going to hold it in the morning. The next one I'll probably hold from 1 to 4. Got to have some tacos, right?
Well, Cinco de Mayo is on Friday, so it'll already be over. So don't even worry about it. Just get some donuts.
Maybe some Del Taco.
Oh, you want to keep those bathrooms safe. Don't do that.
We've had like catering at our events. And for regular open houses, the food just goes to waste.
It does.
So it's better to like donuts or pizza or something like that.
Something simple.
Something simple that people actually eat.
Or just get some Portos.
Pan dulce. Ooh. Ooh, that's a great idea, Olga. Thank you.
Olga's speaking my language. I want some pan.
But I gotta give him the pan dulce on the way out because those things are messy. They're gonna have crumbs all over my house.
I know, right? You can eat it just on the way out, okay?
On the way out.
Because I'm not trying to be your parent and clean up after you.
It just made me think we got to fill up the treasure chest.
Yes.
So I don't know who else does this, but I love doing this. We do this together. So we have a treasure chest that we have at our open houses, and we let the kids come and get a toy.
On the way out, yep.
No,
on the way in. As long as they don't open the bubbles.
Well, I don't let them do bubbles I don't even give it to them until they step out. If they want the bubbles, they got to take those on the way out. But I like to do that because it keeps them busy. They're playing with a new toy.
Yes.
And now their parents get to look at the property without their kid pulling on them and go home.
Yes.
So it always works out. Everybody's happy.
And we have a new treasure chest, thankfully, from Mrs. Johnson. Thank you, Mrs. Johnson, for donating a treasure chest to us. It's like a legit one. Before you just like open it, and now this one, the kids want to paint it and put jewels and everything on it. So it's going to be lots of fun. Well, Brian is here with us. Hey, Brian, thanks for joining us.
Porto's potato balls.
And he said Porto's potato balls.
Duh.
Yeah. What are you thinking?
Why didn't I think of that? Thanks, Brian. Yeah. But the problem with that is I might eat all of them. But that's a great idea.
Just get 2 dozen. You'll be good. You'll be straight.
Oh, my gosh. That's an amazing idea. Done. Done and done.
And then Olga said, aha, she's laughing. She's laughing about giving the people the food on the way out, I think, so they don't leave
I was talking about
everywhere.
bringing Portos home on Sunday, and you said no because what do you do on Mondays?
Well, yeah, he can't mess up my routine, not my fitness journey. I told him, please do not bring Portos home to me on Sunday because I have to work out at 5 a.m. on Monday. And what was your response?
I don't know what I say.
He said, I'll just bring it Saturday instead. Give you a day to burn it off. I'm like, oh my gosh, how do you say no to Portos when it's sitting there staring you in the face?
And the kids love it too.
Of course they do.
Like,
don't give me those guava and cheese pastries. They're so good.
They are so good. They're my favorite. They're my favorite.
They are my favorite too. Everybody always jokes around in Santa Clarita whenever something shuts down and they're going to be bringing something new. Everybody asks for a Portos. And yes, that sounds lovely and divine, but I'm kind of happy that they're not bringing it here because I would probably be at Portos every other day. And that would be my problem.
I could see that.
Yes.
I could totally see that. We'd always fall on Portos.
Yeah. That'd be the go-to.
We do In-N-Out like once a week because the kids love it.
Yes. Well, I do not.
Yesterday was the first day ever that we got In-N-Out and we didn't get anything. It was just for the kids.
We ate no In-N-Out.
That's a huge step in the right direction.
I was so proud of myself.
But the only reason I didn't eat In-N-Out is because I had a big old carne asada burrito at a food truck like an hour before.
I ate leftovers. I was like, I'll eat this.
So I would have had In-N-Out. I wasn't being good. I was just full.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yes. It's hard. You know, when you're accustomed to eating these foods that are fast foods that are yummy and they're like your little treat food, it's hard to cut it out. But for me, when I'm working out, all I think about is how much harder that workout's going to be after I stuff my face with like some extra carbs. Like, is this really going to be worth it? Nah, I'm just going to leave it right there. I don't need that.
I do the same thing with the nights before I do jiu-jitsu in the morning because I can't have something heavy the night before.
Right.
You know,
you don't want to be having gas when you're rolling with someone, huh?
You know what's I've never had that problem ever.
Well, that's good.
No, but
do you remember when we used to do that one yoga class and the lady would just like let it go every single time?
All the time. She had no shame. Clappers. They were long and
oh my gosh. Like it wasn't like the first time people would giggle and then everyone was just like, oh, there goes Sally again.
Speaking of long lines at Portos, going back to Portos real quick, can you believe our producer lives by Portos and he's never been there once? He's been there for like 3-4 years. He's lived out there.
He's missing out.
I just know what he's missing.
I know.
Not once? That's crazy. That's crazy. So the big question, do you think the kids will try beef this week? Because they tried chicken last week.
I don't know. Well, Santino did say, can we try cow? Didn't he ask you that? Can we try cow?
Yeah, but how is he going to try it? Like, is he going to try it like a piece of steak? Is he going to try a burger? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know if he's ready for like a bloody steak like I eat them.
Oh, no. He will not be ready for that.
That might
He
freak
is
him
not
out.
going to be ready for that. I mean, I don't know. We just have to ask them. I'm just taking their lead right now. I'm not trying to force any diet on them,
You
but
never do that.
they've been asking for chicken, so they've been eating chicken different ways. Like the other day I made like a grilled lemon soy chicken and they liked it. He looked at it and he said, "What is this, Mom?" I'm like, "It's just grilled. It's not baked this time." And so he was down with trying it and he said, "Oh, this is really good, Mom. Thank you." So he's doing good.
Brian, I actually thought about In-N-Out Burger. Brian says In-N-Out Burger. They're not there yet. But
I think once they're ready for a hamburger.
I think once they get there, though, they're going to be stuck on In-N-Out, like really stuck. They're already stuck on it now with just plain grilled cheese because they like the cheese fries too. I think they're going to be stuck. So our producer says beef ribs, tri-tip. Now this one, I had never heard of this.
Ew.
Hot dogs and spaghetti.
That is the most disgusting thing I've ever heard.
Who does hot dogs and spaghetti?
Who puts hot dogs and spaghetti?
Where was this guy raised, in the Midwest? Hot dogs and spaghettis. Ooh, I don't know.
Hot dog.
And you know what? I was raised pretty hood, and we never had hot dogs and spaghetti.
You know what my mom would do with her hot dogs? Hot dogs and potatoes. That's what we would have.
Potatoes.
Hot dogs and potatoes.
We would
but
just
in
have
your spaghetti.
Oh, who used to do this? And this is gross thinking about it now. But I used to do it as a kid. Who just eat cold hot dogs right out of the bag?
Ugh.
Anybody do that?
Ew.
I used to do that as a kid. Like, you just grab a hot dog.
That's disgusting.
When you're hungry, you just grab what you got, girl.
Well, did you ever have those hot dogs that had the cheese in the middle? Boo.
What?
You never saw those?
That sounds disgusting.
My brother loved those. They were like Oscar Mayer wieners with cheese in the middle.
That is so gross. That is so gross. Who?
I know. I thought it was so disgusting too.
Now, I could just, like, I'm just wondering, like, your parents are walking down the aisle at the store.
This looks good. This would be a good one.
Said no one else.
No, they were like, oh, it's kind of like that chili dog with cheese, except for the cheese is already in it. I don't have to put the cheese on top. I'll just pour some chili on it.
Now, who else? So did you used to do bologna?
My dad and my brother ate bologna, and I could not get down with bologna. The smell of it, and
well, bologna was really cheap. So, like, we'd always have bologna in our house.
The Oscar Mayer bologna?
Yes. Mm-hmm. And it might have even been like a bootleg Oscar Mayer because it was like dirt cheap to get the bologna. So we always had it. So, you know, you have to get, you have to change it up a little bit. So,
bologna and eggs?
No, I'd put the bologna right on the burner, on the stove.
Okay.
And then it start bubbling and stuff, and you flip it, and then you got hot bologna in your sandwich.
Bubbled?
Oh yeah.
What do they put in that?
I don't know, but it was good. Get a little slice of that fake Kraft cheese. It's not the real Kraft cheese. It was like, I don't even know who was on it. and then it would take forever for that cheese to melt too.
Oh,
then you put that on the bologna, little bologna and cheese with some mayonnaise. Oh man.
Please don't make bologna on the stove in our house.
Come on. I've never bought bologna once since we've been together. There's a lot of stuff that sounds good right now that I'm saying it, but it was food that I ate when I was like, you know, on food stamps and welfare back when I was a kid.
You eat what you can. So like one of the meals that my dad would make was Spam. He loved Spam. I can't get down with Spam. I guess. Some people love Spam.
Really?
Yeah. It was like Spam. And then my mom's go-to, because, you know, you're on a budget, was goulash. Anybody have goulash? Goulash is just straight canned tomatoes, some ground meat, and pasta. And that's it.
You know what? So I've had plenty of dinners at your parents' house.
Right.
Right? Starting at like 16. Mm-hmm. And being a teenager, I think my favorite thing that your mom made was goulash.
Was it the Hungarian goulash or that one that I told you?
I think it was a Hungarian goulash.
So my mom she learned this other recipe. It was like a Hungarian goulash, and that was bomb. Right. She needs to make that.
I think it was a Hungarian goulash. And then she used to make the bomb like chip dip.
Oh.
She used to make that bomb chip dip.
We make that bomb chip dip now. It's just Hidden Valley Ranch with some sour cream.
No. I mean like the chili dip.
Oh, she makes a bean dip.
The bean dip. There you go. My brother used to love that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of ghetto stuff I used to eat when I was, you just eat what you had.
Hey, listen, whatever you can get, like that's what's in the refrigerator. That's what you're going to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No problem.
But I don't know about those cheese dogs. Oof. But in hot dogs and spaghetti, who else had that?
You know, now I'm thinking the only thing that my mom would put hot dogs in is eggs. Like scrambled eggs. She put hot dogs in it sometimes when they didn't have sausage.
Oh.
Because sausage was fairly cheap, but then you'd run out.
Yeah.
Throw some hot dogs in there.
Do.
Just make do.
Wow.
Yeah. No hot dogs and spaghetti for me, though. That's a no for me, dog.
take a hard pass on that one.
Hamburger Helper.
My mom loved her some Hamburger Helper. She would hook up Hamburger Helper and rice-a-roni.
Yeah,
rice-a-roni.
you had that
San
little
Francisco
box,
treat.
that little
Ding,
Hamburger
ding.
Helper box.
Yes, with the little hand.
It was super affordable. Yeah, the little hand. See, they used to have great marketing when we were kids, right? The stuff I see now, the commercials I see nowadays are garbage compared to what we grew up on. Where's the little hand? I want the little hand guy. Little Pillsbury Doughboy.
They all had to appeal to the kids to make them want to eat that crap.
Oh, man. Hamburger Helper. You know, remember, and then they had Stovetop. That was like the bougie Hamburger Helper. Remember Stovetop stuffing?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I know what Stovetop is, but I didn't know it was like a Hamburger Helper one. That's different.
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know.
We used to get that stuff because my family used to get food from the food pantry at our church.
Of course.
Right? And yeah, that was a big one. Hamburger Helper, Stovetop, all that stuff. That's where we got all that stuff.
Yep. I mean, you're just trying to make it and give your kids some food.
So you know, those poor kid recipes are the best.
They are. Love it.
But you know, I try some of that stuff nowadays and it's just not as good. Like ramen, top ramen. I tried it the other day and I was like, ooh. No.
Just put some sriracha in there. You'll be fine. Some tapatio. Call it a day. You're good.
Done.
Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining us here on R&R. We always appreciate seeing you all here and making comments and engaging with us. Be sure to check us out here. Actually, not here, on YouTube Live next week. We'll make sure we post the link so you can get there and join us every Wednesday at noon. We are your host, Cori and Chris Silva. It's been fun hanging out with y'all today. If you're unable to catch our show live, you can also go and check out our full episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. And we can't wait to see you next week. So thank you so much for all your support and have a great one. Talk to you soon.
Bye.